But those of us who have lost someone know that a lot of your past trauma will mean nothing. It'll mean nothing once you start to experience the grief of the loss of a loved one. Hi, I'm Chi, and I have earrings that say yeah, nah, yeah. And I've been doing some maths. Not maths, Married at First Sight Australia recaps. I'm supposed to be doing some mukbang and maths where I get KFC and talk about the drama of the first dinner party. But while I was watching the first dinner party, things got really real for me. And if you want to know more about that or watch any more of my maths recaps, I will link the episode in question, trigger warning, and I will link a playlist below. So the last episode I did was listening to an interview and reacting to an interview from Collins. I thought I'd give Collins the benefit of the doubt. So we're going to dive deeper into that interview. And if you also love reality TV, then we could probably be mates. And mates always like and subscribe. All right, now let's get into reacting to this interview and seeing what Collins has to say about his time on maths and see if he can confirm for me what I'm reading between the lines about Natalie. Here we go.
During two or three days together when Nat has been present, ready to do maths. But then what would happen is, unfortunately, she got really, really homesick, and then there would be multiple times where off camera her and I would be sitting down and she would just start to cry saying, I miss my dad, I miss my family, I want to go home. So now...
Oh my gosh, straight away, straight off the bat, confirmed, I miss my dad, I miss my family. Because those tears were far too real to be over some dude that you met a couple of days ago on a television show. Let's be honest.
It was really tough because I'm trying to be supportive as I can with the little that I know. I'm not sitting here at all saying, I know what to do. No, I sucked. It's not the way I put it. I absolutely sucked.
You did really suck, bro. Collins, you did really suck, man. You come off as a really insensitive, especially if you think of it in the context that she has lost her father 6 weeks ago, and all of the tears and everything that's going on is because of grief, and you are taking selfies, bro.
Just tried, and I was trying to show support, but at the end of the day, and maybe I should have told Nat, but I didn't know what to do. I'm a stranger of 4 days, 5 days, and I just can't give you the support and care your family of 32 years gives. So every time she was really struggling with homesickness, I would message the producer saying, guys, she is struggling.
Oh gosh, don't I feel like an asshole? He's right. Like, having something as strong as grief is definitely not something you want to share with someone you've only known for 4 days. Like, that's a lot to put on someone. Like, I can absolutely agree with that, and now I'm starting to understand Collins a little bit more.
Fun to watch, where I know at times where what Nat said, I'm thinking, no, that's not what happened. But it became very clear that every time she was crying about homesickness, which was a lot, they kind of just took her tears and put it to me.
Oh my gosh, confirmed. I have to take a moment because that's brutal. That's really, really brutal. There are so many people in this world and so many people in Australia that have no idea the complexity of what was going on with her. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I was trying to say, but I don't think I articulated that in my video, that every time she cried, they tried to make it out like it was about the relationship when those tears were too deep. They were too deep to be about a relationship that you had only had for like 4 days.
And it was, as I said, 2 or 3 days together, and then Nat would need some time off. That's why I can see where I really do come across like an actor, you know? As soon as a director says, and showtime, it's, here we go, let's do this. Because I didn't really know what to do or react at times where Nat's really struggling behind the cameras. There were days and days where we did not do filming because producers just said, enough. Nat needs some time off.
Oh my gosh, because not only are they making Nat manic, like proper manic, if you're crying this deep of tears and then you are being asked to just like, whoop, be happy, you're going on a honeymoon, you're going on a date, you know, that's mania. You're being manic trying to pretend that you're that happy. So they've also put him in a state of mania as well, where he is just trying to snap back and be happy after having this girl like completely falling apart with him behind the scenes. And then as soon as the cameras go on, he has to like pretend that that's not happening. I feel really bad for Collins now. I feel really bad for him.
It's go time. And I'm just like, all right, dinner party. But Nat's still really emotional, so...
Yeah. So do you feel like because you could have those breaks and obviously you...
So that explains his like talking about the dinner party. Yay, it's exciting, the dinner party, woohoo. Because he's trying his best to support her in the best way that he knows how, to try and cheer her up. And that's what people usually do when you're grieving. They try to cheer you up. They try their best to cheer you up. But a lot of the time it's just because they are feeling uncomfortable. And sometimes you just got to get uncomfortable with someone who's in grief and allow them to be sad and stop trying to cheer them up. Stop it.
And that's probably where my issue was, where it was, all right, the camera's on, it's switch on time, where, because again, it's the dinner party. I just wanted to, I'm seeing the people for the first time. I'm happy. That's my jam. You know, I love being around the people. And that's where it's totally on me, where, you know, I can't sit here and say the edit.
And now I feel really bad because like he was probably really excited to be around some other people to give him some support as well because of what he's been going through with Natalie. Oh my God, I feel really bad now. Poor Collins.
I'm trying to get to know the people and my wife is right next to me crying. So I dropped the ball on that one. The ball is a big ball. I absolutely fumbled that one for sure.
You really did. Collins, you made yourself look so bad, my friend. But I can understand when you're dealing with something as heavy and as deep as that, you weren't just trying to get to know the people. You were looking for some support. You were looking for some energy. You're obviously an extrovert. You're looking to get a little extra energy from the people that you see at the dinner party. So then you can go back and you can try your best to be there for someone that you barely know. Oh my God. This situation is crazy.
For example, the bit where after the wedding day, where I sat down with Nat and I said, Nat, I'm invested in this. I just need to take a step back. Seeing her tears for the first time, that I did not know that actually happened. So it was tough to watch. But please, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not using this as a defense, but I would like to think this is day 2 of MAFS. I'm sorry I didn't sleep in the same bed as you. I didn't.
Like, yeah, actually, you know what? He has an absolute right to say, I want to step back. Like, he has a right to do that. If they were just having like a normal like experience in maths and it was a normal, no. Just because he's a dude, if us girls have a right to say, I want to step back, he has a right to say, I want to step back. And if you are dealing with something so heavy, such as grief, he absolutely had a right to say he needed to step back from that. He had a right.
If I may, what had actually happened on our wedding day, all right? This is the truth.
Oh, God.
All the other couples, they got married, they met, married, reception, limo, good night. Mm-hmm. What happened with us, right, is we got married and then, you know, there's a lot of break times. During our break, I remember I'm walking past and I hear this lady absolutely bawling her eyes out, crying. And I'm thinking, okay, who's that? And I look over and it's Nat absolutely crying beyond compare. It's really tough to watch. But again,
there is nothing more triggering for a young lady who doesn't have a father, whose father has passed or has just passed, than the idea of walking down the aisle without your father. I was at a friend's wedding and they probably think that I was being a really big baby and crying about my friend. But sorry, babe, I was actually bawling my eyes out because your dad got to walk you down the aisle and my dad never will. So, yeah, I can totally understand what really upset her. Let's not start again. I could totally understand what really upset her. Having to actually do it, having to actually walk down the aisle 6 weeks after your dad has passed away.
So the producers pulled me aside and say, look, Collins, we just need you to go away for a little bit, you know, stay with us. Nat's just right now, we need to spend some time with Nat. No worries. Again, that's fine. Do what you got to do. After a little bit of waiting, the producers come up to me and say, look, unfortunately, Nat's still really, really uncontrollably breaking down. We actually are going to bring her family back to the wedding from their reception just so she can spend some time with them. So I was supportive, but in my head, I'm thinking, okay, sure, that's fine, but the wedding and the honeymoon is meant to be the easy part.
Yeah.
So then, you know, Nat spent time with her sister and her mum. I'm just waiting outside. And then it's, all right, action again. So from day one, it's almost like, all right, there's a lot of behind the scenes heaviness that's happened, but the camera hasn't shown any of that. So now it's action, and I've just gone into, it's MAFS mode again.
Yeah.
Really, it felt like it was stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. So then afterwards, I'm like, Nat, I'm sitting next to Nat, are you okay?
Oh my freaking goodness gracious me. So when we go back to how Nat was acting at the reception, yeah, that was straight up mania, completely manic. She's just staring down the barrel of one of the most traumatic experiences that a young lady whose father has passed away is going to have. And then all of a sudden, she has to forget that and start performing for Married at First Sight. Like I said, I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it thrice. It's the greatest psychological thriller on Australian TV right now. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. My final thoughts are it's been confirmed. I feel really bad because I was really mean to Collins. And he didn't deserve it at all. He was going through it as well. And like, that must have been a really traumatic experience for Collins. And I will say, sorry, Collins. I'm sorry, buddy. I haven't had it with you anymore, okay? Even though you did some really stupid things, but I can't imagine being in your right mind in that situation. Nobody was in their right mind in that situation, and nobody should have been in their right mind in that situation, and there should be some allowances made for that situation. For someone who has also been through it, yeah, those tears were definitely not over some dude. Because you will learn. We're all out there doing the do, trying to heal, working through our trauma. But those of us who have lost someone know that a lot of your past trauma will mean nothing. It'll mean nothing once you start to experience the grief of the loss of a loved one. So, sorry, we're all going to go through it. Every single one of us on this earth are going to go through it at one stage. So, no matter how healed you think you are, it's coming. And I'm sorry to be the person to tell you that. Jeez, that got really dark. Thank you so much for watching. My earrings say yeah, nah, nah, yeah. I also have some hoodus ones. If you want to know where I got them from, I will let you know who I got them from. Just, put it in the comments and I'll tell you all about it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. See you later, mate.